I've been posting a lot of videos about iPad recently, and a lot of you guys been asking me how I use my iPad to study my English, my other type of interests that I have and whatnot. So in this video, I'm going through how I typically study using iPad, so when you guys get your brand new iPad or other tablet, you guys can use kind of same method as I do, so you guys can maybe study efficiently. I won't say my way is very efficient, but at least you guys can have like a glance overall look of how to study on iPad. So let me stop talking and let's get right into it. iPad is one of the most efficient ways to study in my opinion. You can handwrite notes, research topics, watch or listen to lecture, or you can do various of way of studying on iPad. The amalgamation or the combination of convenience, multifunctionality, and robust handwriting system makes the iPad inherently better compared to the traditional way of studying or even studying on PC. When it comes to note-taking, I love handwriting notes. The robustness, or should I say the bare boneness of physically moving your hand and writing stuff down on iPad makes me easier to memorize stuff compared to just typing on a keyboard and like studying on PC. For my essential note-taking app, I use GoodNotes 5. The friendly UI design with an intuitive file management system really makes this application shines compared to the traditional way of note-taking, because you don't have to buy a bunch of physical notebooks and put in your bag, and your bags will be heavy, and you can't even file manage your notebook because each notebooks represent different subjects and each notebook have different chapter in the notebook, so you have to like find it, and it's just overall chaos. The other benefits of using iPad as a note-taking device is the flexibility. You can of course write stuff down, you can attach an image, you can write stuff down on PDF file, and you can record a voice memo, which is pretty awesome, and it becomes very easy for you. These days I've been studying a lot online, and having the ability to split screen on the iPad makes my life much more easier and much more simple. You guys know that over 90% of you guys are not subscribed to my channel, which makes me super freaking sad. So if you guys like this video, please hit the like button and please hit the subscribe button so YouTube senpai will notice me and bless me with the algorithm. The way I take notes on GoodNotes 5 are pretty simple. I usually take like a screenshot of like some presentation or some parts of the online courses that I thought that's pretty important. Then I simply attach it and write some couple highlights and write some important stuff on it. So nothing very special. I don't really have like this special mythology when it comes to note-taking, and it's pretty coherent, and nothing very crazy about my note-taking. And you certainly do not have to buy the latest and greatest crazy new spec M1 chip iPad Pro to use iPad in your day-to-day basis. You can literally buy the basic 8th gen normal iPad that's like what, $400 maybe, and buy some 1st gen Apple Pencil and you'll be totally fine. You don't need the crazy M1 model or even the iPad Air. If you don't really care about the bezel-less design, you'll be totally fine. You can use iPad in your day-to-day basis with the base model, and even that thing does have an A12 Bionic chip, which is a very high-performing chip that is still relevant in these days. So you do not have to spend over what, $700-800 for the stuff that I'm talking in this video, so don't worry about it. Okay, so let me talk about my study routine, like my study workflow using my iPad Pro. If you guys been watching my channel for a long time, you guys know that I've been practicing English grammar and vocabulary to increase my English skill as a second language speaker. My typical language study routine goes like this. First thing first, what I do is I listen to a lot of podcasts, read books, and take online courses related to English or something that I am curious about in the English language. After that, I make a list of vocabulary that I didn't really understand, or create a list of grammars that I have a problem with them. I usually make a vocabulary list on my iPhone or iPad using Google Translate and go through some grammars that I'm having a problem with by using an app called English Grammar in Use or Khan Academy. Plus, I'm a type of guy who constantly needs an action or output stuff I learned, so I typically use like a quiz app or some sort of PDF file that includes worksheet or quiz in it from the internet and write it down on GoodNotes file. And this doesn't really have to be dominated by just simply English. It can be any type of subject that I am interested or any type of stuff that you kind of curious about. So it doesn't have to be like all English vocabulary or grammar. It can be anything. I'm just saying that I typically use it for my English language acquisition. For vocabulary specifically, I use an app called Anki, which is like a spaced repetition based flashcard, and I totally love this app, and this app is totally free on PC, but it will cost you a little bit of money on iPad and iPhone. But trust me, this is totally worth it, and it does save you a lot of time and a lot of, I don't know how to say it, like your mental energy to remember stuff. Plus, I'm in a very fortunate environment to have an American father who speaks English natively. I usually write like a short form essay every weekend so I can kind of practice my English grammar, and he can check it and correct it and whatnot. So I really appreciate you, Dad. Thank you so much. Thank you for helping me every weekend. I know you're busy and you're probably not watching this video, but I'm just saying that thanks, Pops. I really love you. If you're uncertain or having a trouble with your English grammar and you don't really have any person that's close to you that can check your English grammar constantly, I do highly recommend to get an yearly subscription or monthly subscription of some sort of grammar correcting software. I know this can sound like some sort of cheating, but when you think about it, if you keep making the same grammar mistake over and over, and if you identify that as a correct grammar, you will make the same mistake over and over and over, and you will stuck in this grammar bubble that you can't really get out. I've been through that stage, and I don't want you guys to be in that stage as well. And I do not have any affiliate or any type of sponsorship by Grammarly, but I do really suggest you to have like some sort of grammar correcting system so you can identify or fix your grammar after you know what type of mistake you did in your sentence, and after that you can write the correct form, and identifying the correct form is better than not identifying and thinking that your grammar is correct. I'm not an elite student in my university. My GPA is not even high, and my schools are not even those like top tier private university in Japan, and I'm not even like those medical school student YouTuber, you know what I'm talking about, like those type of smart gurus. However, one tip to effectively study language by yourself is to repeat the same content or same material over and over until you comprehend the material completely. I used to face this problem that if I listen to a bunch of podcasts every single day, like different type of subject, different kind of topic, and if I read like a bunch of books, if I take a bunch of online courses, I will eventually learn English more and better, but that's kind of not true. The way I truly learned English is to pick a one content or 1 to 2 content on each like genre, like podcasts, books, and online courses, and try to comprehend that meaning or like the grammar, vocab, and whatnot, like much as possible. Like try to understand much as possible and kept repeating it until you understand completely. It doesn't have to be like English grammar podcast and English grammar related book, how to speak English, blah blah blah. It doesn't have to be like those type of stuff. Like find something that's really interests you and try to understand that completely until you get kind of tired of it. And once you get used to it and get tired of it, I think your brain will comprehend the material way more than trying to do a bunch of other stuff in English. I know this can sound a little too simple, but if you're trying to perceive the comprehension of English, I think repeating the same stuff will make you head like into an English brain, which is kind of weird thing to say, but if you're a second language speaker or if you're trying to be a second language speaker, I think this is very effective, and I want you guys to try it as well. But anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button, and if you guys are curious about my iPad usage or iPad review, please watch these videos right here, and if you guys are curious about my phone review, please click the video right here, and my channel is gonna be right here, and I hope you guys have a great day. My name is Peace Gaze, you guys already know. Peace out guys.